Chosen ones of God, today I bring you a message that will resonate deeply within your being. You are about to meet your soulmate. If you have ever wondered why the trials of life seem so arduous and why the paths of love can seem so uncertain, prepare yourselves. This journey you have traveled has not been in vain. You have been selected, molded and prepared by God Himself for a union that will transform your lives. Since time immemorial, humanity has sought that love that not only satisfies the heart, but also ignites the spirit and elevates life to a higher dimension of abundance and prosperity. The Bible speaks of this divine love and how, through faith and gratitude, we can attract it into our lives. Today, we will explore how trials, patience, and devotion are the fertile ground where true love is born. But before we dive into this spiritual journey, I want to ask you something. If this message touches your heart, if you feel that this is your moment, subscribe to the channel and comment below with the words, "I manifest divine love and gratitude in my life." This simple act will be your declaration of faith, a powerful manifestation that will attract what you are destined to receive. In this video, we will discover how God, in His infinite wisdom, uses the challenges of life to prepare the chosen ones for a love that transcends the mundane. The unique characteristics of this divine love, which is a gift from heaven, full of positive energy, forgiveness, and transformation. The challenges and lessons that must be faced to maintain and strengthen this sacred connection. The biblical and spiritual signs that indicate when this special person is about to cross your path. How this union will not only bring prosperity and abundance to your personal life, but will also radiate light to the world around you. So stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear could change the course of your life. Join me on this journey of self-discovery, faith, and gratitude toward God as we explore the power of a truly divine connection. And remember, if you feel that spark of truth, share your thoughts in the comments with a simple amen, or "I manifest love and gratitude in my life." But this is only the beginning, dear chosen ones of God. In the next part, we will delve into the first step toward this divine love, spiritual preparation for love. Here you will learn how every trial and every moment of solitude has been a lesson to bring you closer to your soulmate. Are you ready to discover why the difficulties were part of a larger plan? See you in the next chapter. Dear chosen ones of God, many of you have experienced moments of deep loneliness and sadness, wondering if true, destined love will ever come into your lives. I want you to understand something essential. Every obstacle, every tear, and every moment of silence has been sacred preparation. God does not allow any of His chosen to face difficulties without purpose. Everything has been divinely orchestrated to purify your hearts, strengthen your faith, and prepare the ground where a love that transcends the mundane will grow. In moments of solitude, it is common to ask why God allows us to go through pain. But have you ever considered that these moments were disguised gifts? The Bible and spiritual teachings tell us that the deepest growth occurs in the darkest times. Jesus Himself withdrew to solitude and silence before facing the greatest challenges of His life. We, as His followers and chosen ones, must also go through these periods of introspection and preparation. When we face trials that seem like an unforgivable sin of life, we must remember that these difficulties are designed to teach us valuable lessons. It is these experiences that force us to look within, to find our strength, and to connect with God in a more authentic way. This process purifies us and aligns us with the positive energy needed to receive our soulmate. Imagine that every moment of pain was a test of faith, an opportunity to learn the art of forgiveness, both toward others and yourselves. For without forgiveness, the heart hardens, and a hardened heart cannot receive divine love. As the chosen ones of God, it is essential to release resentment and embrace forgiveness as an act of gratitude toward God, who gives us the strength to overcome everything. Gratitude is the catalyst for transformation. When we feel grateful, even in difficult times, we activate a vibration that attracts abundance and prosperity. The Bible reminds us that whatever we ask for in prayer, believing that we have already received it, will be granted to us. So, in these times of waiting, cultivate gratitude for what is to come. Repeat after me. I am grateful to God for the preparation that leads me to my true love. It is no coincidence that soulmates meet when they are ready, not before. And that preparation is not only physical or mental, but primarily spiritual. It is when the heart is free of grudges, filled with faith, and surrounded by positive energy that divine love can flourish. It is not an easy process, but it is a journey worth taking. As you continue on this journey, remember that God has been working in you, not only so that you can find your soulmate, but so that you also become that prepared and strong partner that someone else needs. Every pain and every fall has been a tool from God to refine you and make you stronger, wiser, and more loving. Spiritual preparation for love is a path walked with patience and the certainty that although we may not see the end, God has already written our destiny. Keep the faith and keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come. In the next chapter, we will explore the characteristics of divine love. We will see what it feels like when you finally meet that person whom God has designated for you, and how that connection goes beyond what words can describe. Do you want to know what that love is like? A love that transcends time and space. Don't miss the next part of this revealing series, Chosen Ones of God. When we talk about divine love, we are not talking about a common connection, but a bond that touches the very essence of our souls. It is a love that goes beyond physical attraction or earthly interests. It is a gift from God, a manifestation of His grace and His perfect plan. This love is a spiritual experience that resonates with every cell of our being, elevating us and transforming us into better versions of ourselves. And how do we recognize this love? Through characteristics that only the chosen ones can fully understand. Divine love is like a return home, a sense of belonging and peace that can only be found when two destined souls finally meet. The Bible speaks of these special connections, like the story of Ruth and Boaz, who met in God's perfect timing, showing that when love is divine, time is never an obstacle. This love transcends time and space and is aligned with the purpose that God has planned for His chosen ones. One of the most significant characteristics of this love is its healing power. It's not only a love that comforts, but also heals the deepest wounds of the past. When two soulmates meet, forgiveness becomes an essential pillar. Forgiving not only others but also oneself allows the relationship to flourish without the burden of past guilt or the unforgivable sin that the mind makes us believe we carry. Jesus taught us to forgive 70 times 7. In this love, that teaching comes to life. This love also brings with it constant growth. When two souls, united by God, share their lives, each becomes a mirror for the other, reflecting the areas that need work and expansion. It is not a love free of challenges. On the contrary, it is a love that, through trials, teaches patience, humility, and the true essence of gratitude to God. Challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for both to grow and strengthen together. The positive energy surrounding this type of relationship is palpable. Both partners feel more inspired, more focused on their individual and shared purposes, and find a renewed sense of mission in life. This energy, which feels almost tangible, attracts abundance and prosperity, not only in material terms, but in all areas of life. When two people united by divine love collaborate, they create an impact that goes beyond themselves. It becomes a blessing to those around them. Divine love is also a love that respects individuality. It is not about losing oneself in the other, but about supporting each other so that both can achieve their goals and dreams. God does not unite two people for one to eclipse the other, but for both to shine together, like lights that illuminate a world in need of faith and hope. A distinctive aspect is certainty. When you find that person who is your soulmate, there are no lingering doubts or insecurities that undermine the relationship. The peace experienced is the confirmation that you have found what your heart and spirit have longed for. It is a peace that comes from knowing that God has united you for a greater purpose, a purpose rooted in the Bible and in Jesus' teachings on love and commitment. Finally, this love is nourished by gratitude toward God. Both partners recognize that their union is a miracle, a divine gift that deserves to be honored every day. When two people sincerely thank God for their relationship, they open the door to even greater blessings and strengthen their bond. Every shared prayer and every act of joint faith become pillars that support the relationship in times of difficulty and in times of celebration. Now, chosen ones of God, we have understood what makes this love so unique and powerful. But like everything in life, it is not without challenges. In the next part, we will talk about the challenges and growth that divine love entails and how to face the internal shadows that may arise. Do you want to discover how to maintain faith and strength in the midst of the trials of a destined love? Don't miss the next chapter of this inspiring series. Chosen ones of God. When we finally find that divine love we long for, the journey is far from being a path without difficulties. On the contrary, it is at this point that we begin to face trials that bring to light our deepest weaknesses and fears. However, it is precisely in these challenges that the potential for unparalleled spiritual growth resides. As the scriptures and the words of Jesus teach us, the greatest treasures are found on the other side of the most difficult trials. Divine love is a mirror that reflects our areas of greatest vulnerability. At first, the relationship may seem perfect and full of positive energy, but over time, fears, insecurities, and old wounds that require healing will begin to surface. This process is not a sign of weakness in the relationship, but a sign that both of you are on the right path towards spiritual transformation. Every challenge you face is an invitation to deepen your faith, cultivate patience, and show gratitude to God, even in moments of great tension. One of the greatest challenges in a relationship blessed by God is learning to forgive and release the unforgivable sin that may reside in our minds. Often we bring scars from past relationships and old mistakes into the present. In divine love, these wounds resurface, not to hurt us, but to face them and heal once and for all. Jesus taught us that forgiveness is the key that frees souls, and without it, it is impossible to experience love in its purest form. So in the midst of pain and confrontation, remember that every difficult moment is an opportunity to exercise forgiveness and strengthen your bond. Moreover, this kind of love brings with it a challenge of faith. The trials may seem overwhelming, and there will be times when doubt tries to infiltrate your hearts. But God, in His infinite wisdom, allows these trials not to separate you, but to help you both develop an unshakable faith. The Bible is full of examples of how faith was tested before receiving the final blessing. Like Abraham, who nearly sacrificed his son in obedience, the tests of faith in a divinely guided relationship are a way to demonstrate our devotion and our ability to trust that God has a bigger plan. Patience is another vital component. Difficulties are not always resolved quickly. At times you will face waiting periods that will test your emotional and spiritual endurance. But remember, chosen ones of God, that every waiting period is an opportunity to deepen your relationship with God and with each other. Patience is not only the ability to wait, but the willingness to maintain a positive and grateful attitude while waiting. The challenges also bring profound learning about self-love. It is impossible to maintain divine love and prosper together if one does not first love and accept oneself. When defects and insecurities come to the surface, it is essential to face them with love and compassion, both toward oneself and toward your partner. The Bible teaches us to love our neighbor as ourselves, And this teaching is particularly relevant in a relationship blessed by God. Mutual support is essential to overcome these challenges. It is not about carrying the weight of difficulties alone, but about sharing them, about being a team, strengthened by the faith and positive energy you both share. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. God walks with you, giving you strength and guidance to overcome any obstacle you encounter. When these challenges are faced with faith and gratitude, the relationship not only survives, but thrives. The growth you experience is not only personal but shared, and it reinforces the divine mission you have together. The union becomes a source of abundance and prosperity that extends beyond the relationship, positively impacting those around you. Your love becomes a beacon of hope and a living example that although trials are inevitable, the reward is immense. This growth is not a destination, but a continuous journey. Each obstacle overcome is an opportunity to thank God for the strength and unity He has given you. And so, chosen ones of God, you advance stronger, wiser, and more connected to your divine purpose. In the next part, we will discuss the signs and the precise moment that God sends to indicate that the arrival of your soulmate is near. You will learn how to recognize these signs and trust in divine timing, which is always perfect. Are you ready to discover how God shows you that your true love is about to arrive? Don't miss what's coming next. Chosen ones of God, one of the greatest questions that arises when seeking that divine love is how to know when we are close to finding it. The universe and God have mysterious and beautiful ways of communicating with us, and for the chosen ones, these signs are clear and meaningful. The Bible is full of examples where divine signs guided people toward their destiny. Similarly, you too will receive indications, small signs that show your soulmate is closer than you imagine. First, it's important to understand that God's timing is perfect and different from ours. Many times in our impatience, we believe that delays are refusals, when in fact they are moments of preparation. Jesus taught us the importance of trusting divine timing, and it is this trust that allows us to see the signs when they appear. These signs may not be obvious at first, but as you grow in faith and gratitude, you will learn to recognize them more clearly. A common sign is synchronicity, those moments when events seem to align too perfectly to be a coincidence. You might see repetitive numbers like 1111 or 77, which in the biblical context represent spiritual perfection and divine manifestation. Every time you encounter these synchronicities, take a moment to thank God and reaffirm your faith that you are on the right path. It is no coincidence that these signs appear when you need them the most. In addition to synchronicities, you may begin receiving messages through dreams. The Bible shows us how God used dreams to communicate with people like Joseph, guiding them and preparing them for the destiny he had planned. When you have a dream that deeply resonates in your heart, write it down and reflect on its meaning. These dreams may be a call to pay attention to certain areas of your life or to people who are already near you and might be your soulmate. Another sign is the appearance of people who, unknowingly, speak to you about love or mention key words that resonate with you. Perhaps a friend tells you an inspiring love story, or you hear a sermon at church that feels like it's meant for you. These coincidences are God's way of reminding you that your divine love is on its way, and you should stay vigilant and full of positive energy. The feeling of peace and certainty is also a powerful sign. When the soulmate is near, the heart feels calm, even in the midst of uncertainty. This peace is a gift from God, a confirmation that you are where you need to be, and that the arrival of that special person is imminent. Gratitude in these moments becomes an essential tool. When you feel peace, take a moment to pray and thank God for the opportunity to experience such a pure and transformative love. Intuition also plays an important role. As chosen ones of God, you are endowed with a spiritual connection that allows you to feel things that others may not perceive. That small inner voice, that feeling telling you something big is about to happen, is the Holy Spirit guiding you. Do not ignore these feelings, for they are whispers from God, encouraging you to move forward with faith. Another sign many experience is an increase in emotional challenges. It may seem contradictory, but often when divine love is about to arrive, the soul is tested. These challenges are merely the final cleansing of any internal obstacles that may prevent you from receiving and giving unconditional love. If you feel that the difficulties are intensifying at this moment, it's because you are closer than ever to receiving that blessing. Remember that the Bible teaches us that before the reward, there is always a test. Finally, the precise moment reveals itself when you least expect it, but always in God's perfect timing. The story of Ruth and Boaz is a beautiful example of how, by acting with faith and trust in God, true love arrives without forcing events. Ruth did not seek Boaz, but she acted with faith and gratitude, and God orchestrated their meeting. It will be the same for you. Keep moving forward with hope, acting with faith, and let God guide your steps. Chosen ones of God, now that you know how to recognize these signs and how to trust in God's perfect timing, you are one step closer to embracing the promise of true love. But the story doesn't end here. In the next part, we will explore how this divine love impacts not only your personal life, but extends to the entire world, bringing light and prosperity to those around you. Do you want to discover how your love can become a force of change and hope? Don't miss the next part of this series, Chosen Ones of God. When you finally find your soulmate and experience the fullness of divine love, the blessing is not limited to just you. This kind of love has a deep impact that extends beyond the couple and touches the lives of those around you. The Bible teaches us that God blesses us so that we can also be a blessing to others. A true and divine love becomes a source of positive energy and transformation that can radiate light to the entire world, generating an effect of hope and spiritual renewal. The impact of a love blessed by God manifests in many ways. First, it acts as a living testimony of God's goodness and faithfulness. When people observe a relationship based on faith, forgiveness, and gratitude to God, they are inspired to seek a similar path in their own lives. Your love becomes a reminder that, despite the challenges and trials, faith and hope are rewarded. Just as Ruth and Boaz became an example of love and devotion, you can also be an inspiration to others, showing that divine love is real and possible. Another way this love impacts the world is through the positive energy it generates. When two souls united by God live in harmony and fullness, that vibration of love and peace naturally extends to their surroundings. Families, friends, and entire communities can feel the benefits of this love, which acts as a beacon of light in times of darkness. In a world that often seems governed by uncertainty and selfishness, seeing a couple who embodies the values of Jesus, compassion, forgiveness, and service, is a powerful and necessary example. Divine love can also be a catalyst for social and spiritual changes. Couples who understand that their union has a greater purpose than their own happiness tend to engage in activities that benefit others. Whether through charity works, leadership in religious communities, or simply supporting those in need of guidance, the impact of your love multiplies. In the Bible, we see examples of how God used couples like Abraham and Sarah to fulfill his divine purposes and bless many generations. In this way, your love can be a tool in God's hands to spread his light and goodness. This type of relationship also brings a renewed sense of prosperity and abundance, not only materially, but spiritually and emotionally. When you live in a state of constant love and gratitude, you attract blessings that go beyond what you could have imagined. That abundance, instead of staying just within the couple, expands and touches those around you. Friends and family may notice a change in the atmosphere, an air of hope and happiness that motivates them to seek the best for themselves. In times of crisis or difficulty, a couple united by divine love becomes a refuge, Not only do they strengthen each other, but they can also offer support and comfort to others. The Bible urges us to be a light in the midst of darkness, and a relationship filled with God's love is one of the most beautiful ways to do so. When people face moments of hopelessness, seeing a union so solid and radiant reminds them that God is present and that true love is a manifestation of His grace. Joint prayer is another aspect that amplifies the impact of this love. When two people come together to pray and seek God's guidance, blessings flow more powerfully. Jesus said, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them." Matthew 18:20. Imagine the power of a couple who not only loves each other, but also prays and seeks God together. This practice not only strengthens their own relationship, but also sends waves of spiritual energy to the world, promoting an environment of peace and healing. Divine love also teaches others the importance of forgiveness. A couple that has learned to forgive and rely on God is an example that love can overcome any obstacle. When people see that God's chosen ones have managed to maintain their love despite trials, they feel inspired to apply those lessons in their own lives. Forgiveness ceases to be a burden and transforms into a liberating tool, something that elevates collective energy and promotes reconciliation in broken relationships. Finally, the impact of divine love is lasting. It is not a love that simply fades with time. It is a legacy that remains. Future generations, children and grandchildren, benefit from the spiritual inheritance you leave. This love becomes a tree of life, whose deep roots sustain not only the couple, but the entire family and community. In this way, gratitude toward God becomes the seed of a future filled with hope and lasting love. Chosen ones, now you understand how your love can be a powerful force of change and blessing in the world. But for this love to blossom and fulfill its purpose, you must be prepared internally. In the next part, we will explore the personal preparation each of you needs to undergo to receive and maintain love of this magnitude. Do you want to know how to strengthen your spirit and prepare for this divine gift? Join me in the next chapter, where we will talk about how inner work and connection with God are essential for true transformation. Dear chosen ones of God, before divine love can fully blossom in your lives, each of you must prepare on a personal level. This preparation is not just about fixing the outside or having a positive mindset, but about a deep transformation of the spirit. To receive the gift that God has reserved for you, you must do inner work of self-awareness, healing, and connection with the divine energy. The Bible reminds us that God shapes us and prepares us, and this transformation process is a sign of His love and care. One of the first steps in this preparation is to release the past. Perhaps you have experienced relationships that left wounds or emotional burdens that you still carry. To welcome divine love, it is essential to practice forgiveness, not only toward those who have hurt you, but also toward yourself. Remember that every experience was a lesson sent by God to help you grow. When you release the past, you create space for the love and abundance that God wants to pour into you. Additionally, it is crucial to cultivate a relationship of gratitude with God. Thank Him not only for the blessings, but also for the lessons and trials. It strengthens the spirit. Gratitude is a powerful energy that opens the doors to prosperity and opportunities. Say in your prayers, "I am grateful to God for every experience that has prepared me to receive my soulmate," and feel how that gratitude fills you with peace and positive energy that will attract blessings. Another part of this preparation is self-care. God wants you to take care of your body and mind, for both are sacred temples. Practice activities that fill you with positive energy, connect you with your essence, and bring clarity of thought. Meditate on the teachings of the Bible. Take time to reflect and cultivate inner peace. Divine love flourishes in peaceful hearts and serene minds, so allow this peace to be your natural state. Faith also plays an important role in this preparation. Keeping faith, even when the path seems uncertain, is a testament to your devotion and trust in God's plan. The Bible teaches us that faith can move mountains. That same faith will give you the strength to overcome any obstacle and to stand firm while you await the arrival of your soulmate. Trust that God has already written your love story and that everything will happen in His perfect timing. At the same time, work on building a life full of purpose. God does not want you to wait passively, but to live each day with intention and alignment with your values and dreams. A person who lives according to their purpose is magnetic, someone who radiates abundance and prosperity. By dedicating time to your passions and goals, you will be creating a life worthy of being shared and blessed with divine love. Finally, don't forget to pray. Prayer is the direct channel of communication with God. Ask for His guidance, wisdom, and peace at each step of this preparation process. Prayer is the anchor that will keep you steady in times of doubt and remind you that you are not alone on this journey. God is by your side, shaping you and preparing you for the love He has destined for you. Chosen ones of God, you are now ready to receive divine love in your lives. You have done the inner work, strengthened your relationship with God, and are prepared to give and receive love in its purest form. But this is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a life full of love, purpose, and blessings. In the next chapter, we will conclude this series by reinforcing the importance of faith and gratitude, inviting you to keep your heart open and continue your spiritual path. Are you ready to complete this journey and embrace the divine love God has reserved for you? Don't miss the conclusion of this inspiring series. Dear chosen ones of God, we have reached the end of this spiritual journey, and it is a moment to reflect and reaffirm all that we have shared. Divine love is a precious gift, reserved for those who are willing to go through the process of preparation, faith, and growth. It is not an ordinary love, but a connection that transcends time and space, full of gratitude, purpose, and abundance. This journey has not been easy, but every step has been part of a divine plan designed by God to shape and strengthen you. It is important to remember that true divine love is not just a destination, but a daily practice of gratitude and faith. The Bible teaches us to give thanks to God at all times, and this gratitude strengthens the connection with our Creator and with our soulmate. When you practice gratitude, you open the door to greater blessings and allow prosperity and peace to flood your life. Thank God not only for the love you are about to receive, but also for every lesson and challenge that has brought you here. Faith has been a constant guide on this path, and it will remain essential to keeping this divine connection alive. Faith is not just believing in what has not yet been seen, but trusting that God is working in your lives even when you do not fully understand His purpose. By maintaining your faith, you are strengthening not only your relationship with God, but also with yourselves. Faith is the root that keeps any relationship strong and firm, allowing love to flourish in times of difficulty. Throughout this series, we have explored how spiritual preparation, forgiveness, inner work, and openness to true love are essential to receiving the blessing of a relationship guided by God. Every step you have taken has been a seed planted, and now, dear chosen ones, you are ready to reap the fruits of this love that God has reserved for you. But remember that this love is just the beginning of a greater mission. Your relationship is a testament to the goodness of God and a reflection of His light in the world. This is a call to live with purpose and move forward with open hearts and grateful minds. Each day, honor your love and your relationship with God, and you will see how prosperity and abundance naturally come into your lives. Your love will be a beacon of hope, not only for you, but for all those who seek a path to peace and spiritual transformation. This is the divine inheritance you leave for future generations, a legacy of faith, gratitude, and love that will endure in your children, grandchildren, and all those who are privileged to be touched by your light. Chosen ones, keep the flame of this love alive and continue the journey. May your relationship be a constant testimony of God's faithfulness, and may each day be an opportunity to thank Him for the miracle of divine love. Chosen ones of God, we have come to the end of this powerful and transformative message. If these words resonated in your heart, I want to invite you to take one more step on this spiritual journey, a step that can make a significant difference in your life and the lives of those around you. Faith, love, and gratitude are extraordinary forces, and when we share them with others, those blessings multiply in ways we can't even imagine. First, I want to deeply thank you for staying with us until this moment. Every second you spent listening to this message is a sign of your commitment to your own spiritual growth and the purpose that God has reserved for you. This is an act of love and gratitude toward God, who guides and strengthens us at all times. Let us thank God for every step on this path, for every lesson we have learned, and for the promise of true and divine love. If this message touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and be part of our community. By doing so, you will always be connected to content that will strengthen your faith, love, and relationship with God. It is not just a subscription. It is an open door to a space of reflection, support, and spiritual growth. Every new video is an opportunity to renew our faith and remember that we are the chosen ones of God, destined to live a full life with purpose. Additionally, I encourage you to activate notifications so you don't miss any content. Every message, every reflection is a spark of light on this path of self-awareness and spiritual growth. By enabling notifications, you will always stay in tune with the divine purpose and receive the exact words you need at the key moments of your life. Remember, God works in perfect timing, and each video may come exactly when you need it most. Share this video with someone special, someone who is also seeking answers or needs to be reminded that divine love exists and is within reach for those who prepare and open their hearts. When we share these messages of hope and love, we are planting seeds of faith in the hearts of those we love. God teaches us to be light in the lives of others, and this small act of love can have a big impact on the path of someone close to us. And now, I want to invite you to participate in the comments. Leave a message of affirmation and faith as a declaration to manifest abundance and love in your life. You can write something like, "I declare and thank God for the divine love that is already on its way to me," or "I trust that God has a perfect plan for me, and I prepare with gratitude and faith." Every word you share is an act of manifestation and a sign of faith in the divine power that works in your life. Your comments may also inspire others, and together we will create a community of chosen ones who support and strengthen one another. Finally, I want to thank you once again for being part of this message. Gratitude is the core of all spiritual transformation, and by thanking God and yourselves for this moment, you are creating space in your life to receive greater blessings. If you want to dive deeper into these topics, I invite you to explore other videos on the channel, where you will find reflections, teachings, and tools to strengthen your connection with God and discover the purpose He has reserved for you. Each piece of content is designed to enrich your life and remind you that you are not alone on this journey. Chosen ones of God, may this be just the beginning of a path filled with faith, love, and gratitude. May every step you take be guided by divine light, and may you find in this space a refuge of peace and wisdom. We'll see you in the upcoming videos. And remember, every day is an opportunity to thank, grow, and manifest divine love in your life.